everyone, it's Rachel from rwcrafts.com. This month I am a guest designer over at the Rubber Cafe. I'm showing you today how to make this pull tab card that I created using papers and stamps and materials from the April kit of the month called Petticoat Fashion. So here's my card, and I'm going to show you how to do the opening and the pull tab and everything. So first I'm starting out by picking my papers from the Echo Park Petticoats and Pinstripes paper pad. This paper pad is included in your April kit of the month. I cut my yellow panel 4 inches by about 5 1/4 inches. And now I layered the pink on. The pink is where my pull tab is going to be. So I just wanted that to stand out more. That's why I added that there. And I cut out this notes little tab. It's from one of the pattern papers in the 6x6 pad, just to add some design element. So I'm decorating the panel still, trimming off the excess. And I want this panel to be very secure and strong since there is an interactive element. So I'm just backing the entire thing on a piece of white cardstock. This cardstock was also included in the kit. So now I'm going to show you how I did the little opening for the pull tab. I started with this is a 1-inch circle punch. You can use any circle punch, or if you have a circle die, or if you even just want to do a rectangle, maybe that's easier for you because you don't have a circle punch. So this circle punch is actually supposed to punch all the way through, but since I have so many layers of paper here, it only cut the front half, but that's okay because we'll be going back and using a craft knife to cut the entire thing out, so that's not a big deal. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it to be in the center of my little pink panel there, as long as it's straight and lined up. So there's my tab, and I'm taking my T ruler to make sure it's nice and straight, and I'm just using my Fiskars craft knife to make repetitive cuts, like shallow, soft cuts over. The harder you cut, the more likely you are to cut yourself or lose control of the craft knife. So you want to make some softer cuts. And you see I did that to both the top and the bottom. And now I'm just going through and kind of making sure I get all the layers. And you can see some of it didn't cut very cleanly, but that's okay. I just went back through with my scissors to trim that off. And for the backing panel, this is going to be the part that is actually being pulled from your card. I just made it a little wider than the opening. So if my opening was 1 inch, I made this 1 1/4 inch. And again, I'm backing it on white cardstock just to give it a little extra strength. And that's going to be the design for my pull tab. So you can see I'm lining it up right over the window opening. And then I'm placing a strip of foam adhesive. I'm going to put it right at the top and right at the bottom. You don't want to put it too close to the tab or else it'll get stuck and it won't pull as easily. So I'm trying to get it very, very close without completely touching. So that's why you saw my head get in the way. I wanted to make sure I had it as close as possible without squeezing it in. So now I'm going to, again, eyeball where I want the panel to be on my card base. I made my card base an A2 standard size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I am using this stamp set. It says, "The greatest gift of life is friendship, and I have received it." I actually cut it with my craft knife in half. And you can see I layered it on top of each other. So I got rid of the part that says, "and I received it," so that I was able to layer it so it fit in my 1 inch space. And now I'm going to use my VersaFine Black Onyx ink to stamp up my sentiment. And since I already have the foam tape on there, you really need to make sure that all the ink is off of your acrylic block, or else that ink will also smudge onto this panel that you spent so much time on. So again, I'm straightening out the panel, make sure it's exactly where I want it. And now I can stamp my sentiment. There you go. So now, again, to make the backing as strong as possible, I'm putting foam tape everywhere. I know it looks like a lot, but if you've ever received one of these types of cards in the mail and it doesn't have enough foam tape, it's probably sunken in and it won't pull as easily as you want it to or as it did when you first put it in the envelope. So now that I have all the foam tape there, I'm just making sure that my pull tab is still in there snugly without getting too stuck. And I'm going to add 2 layers of a little square of foam. This is what I'm going to add my flower element on. This also stops the tab from going too far in either direction. So this actually holds the tab in place so it doesn't fall off your card. So now I am removing all of my foam adhesive and getting the tab back in there. And this part, you really have to take your time on it. Make sure you are lining it up as close to as you did originally as you can, because you want to make sure that that stamp sentiment is right where you expect it to be when you open it up. And there it is. Looks good. So I'm using the flower from the Hello World stamp set. This was also included in my April Creative Cafe kit. You can see that I layered the flowers. I used a light pink with the solid image and then a darker pink for the petals. And then I stamped on top of the center in like a magenta purplish pink. And again, I layered my leaves. The leaves were also a layered stamp image. Those were from the add-on stamp set called The Greatest Gift of Life. And so was the sentiment, also from that add-on stamp set. So I'm keeping it simple with my embellishment on the pull tab. You just take off the foam adhesive backing, and there is my element. And I just got to pull the leaf up so it doesn't get stuck, and there you go. I decorated the edge, again, with some little pieces of pattern paper from the Echo Park paper pad, just so it looked more obvious that it needed to be pulled open. So thank you for watching. I hope that you create your own pull tab card, and be sure to stop by the Rubber Cafe blog for a lot more inspiration on using the April kit. And you can always stop by rwcrafts.com for more inspiration from me. Thank you for watching. Bye.